Now let's take a look at another example. This is another way to return information to your web page based upon some event happening. So bring up Notepad. And got HTML. Got our header section. Title. Example of returning information based upon an event. I just said returning information demo. Okay, title, close the header, start the body, close the body, close the HTML. Okay, so I'm going to have a button, and I'll say click here for, or what is global warming? And then I'm going to have a button. So I'll say input type equals button. Value equals click here for answer. And then down here I'm going to have the onClick. And I'll come back to that. I'll put a closing parentheses for the input. Then I'll come down here and I'm going to have a div, and I'll give it a name. ID equals answer. And let me throw a div on the end of that. Okay. And this is the location of the answer. And then I do /div. And let me put a horizontal rule right here to separate the two. Okay, let me save that and we'll see what that looks like. And then we'll add our code in. So do a save and change this to all. And call this information.html. Come over here, right click on information.html and open with Google Chrome. What is global warming? Click here for the answer. This is location of the answer. Okay, so don't have very much yet. Maybe I might throw a paragraph mark here. Kind of start that off a little bit, or offset it a little bit. I mean. Okay, that takes it down a little bit. Now when I click a button, I'm going to program this. So I'm going to say onClick, just like before, equals, and I'll say document, that refers to my web page, dot get element by ID. Now the case, I believe it has to be exactly like you see there, uppercase E, uppercase B, uppercase I, then a beginning parentheses, single quote, and this is the name of my ID down below. So answer div. Okay, so notice what I'm doing here. This is where I say answer div, and then that matches this right here. And then I'm going to say dot inner and HTML spelled or uppercase equals, and then down here I'm going to do a single quote. And this is where you can put any kind of HTML you want within these single quotes. So I could bold it if I wanted to. I could do a color, font color equals red. Now if I put a single quote here, that'll mess it up. So again, I'm going to put a double quote. You have to alternate them. If I'm embedding that into a single quote, then you would put a double quote here. Now hopefully that double quote doesn't mess up my my double quote right here. We'll see. If so, I'll leave it off for now because I didn't want to get into how to get into that too much in depth. Okay, and so then I'll say the global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is a buildup of gas. Now do a single quote there plus, then I'll continue it down here. That plus is a concatenation, and I'll close off the font, and I'll close off the bold. Now I'm going to have an ending double quote for the line, the onClick event, semicolon, and then I got my closing parentheses down there. Now we'll see how things line up. I may not have this quite correct. I think everything looks good, but Alt File, Save. Come over here, refresh. Global warning. Okay, that doesn't look good. The fact that that's showing doesn't mean my code's not going to work. So let me come over here and see what I did wrong. Maybe it is a double quote. That appears to be it. So let me get rid of that. Where's my right arrow key? There it is. Okay, so come over here, refresh this. Click my answer. It says global warming is a buildup of gas. I guess I ought to change this to an M, like that. Now notice when it did that, if I come over here and refresh this, this is the initial HTML that's contained in that div. See how the div starts here and then ends here? This is initial items that are in here, but I'm replacing it with my own code there. So we refresh, and then if I click that, see how it replaces it completely. So that's a way you can return information to the web page based upon that ID. So the ID benefits us in many different areas where you can return that to, and we'll see that in quite a few examples.